Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the challenge. It is Sunday, and for my sins, I must now play Ducati World. Welcome, Elytra, and anyone else here early doors? Oh dear. I was looking forward to this, and now I'm already full of regret. Right, Ducati World, let me get the spreadsheet. So I think last time out we were we did this Cucciolo 50s League. Then we did a bunch of superbike stuff. And then I over-upgraded my bike into an uncontrollable mess and got stuck on League 5. I think we left it there. So my plan is to sell that bike because you can't downgrade it. All you can do is sell it and replace it. I'm either going to buy a 996, or if I can find a good 50s bike or 80s bike, I might help myself to one of those instead. There's no possibly when it comes to the Splat Dadson. It's gonna happen. It's Ducati World, innit? Welcome in, mate. Before I get this out of the way while I remember, because I'm terrible at doing shout-outs. Oh, look, the bot's broken. Let's use the built-in one. Alright, no bot today. I'll deal with that later. Cool. Yeah, so how far... Congrats on beating that terrible-looking Willy Wonka game. How is... How far did you get with... What, the other... Oh, God, what was it called now? I can't even sell bikes from my own garage. Oh, I missed some boats. Oh well. F1 was actually good for the first time this year, so I'm not too unhappy. Ooh, a 748R. Not better than what I've just sold. Yeah, what is that? It's the game you started. Right, there's probably a better 996, so I'm not going to buy that. Bial Hero 125. No, not good enough. Flushed away. Yeah, I've not seen the film. I'm far too old. The 80s. Oh my! Look at the price of that for an 80s bike. Ooh. Oh well. You know what? I think this is my buy, the 996R. Let's just check the magazine. ET2F1. Gosh, there is some expensive 80s bikes. .996 SPS. Max speed 270. .187, 123. What's the difference between the SPS? Hold on, look at the bars. Accelerate. And the R. That one's got better acceleration. I need that one. What does SPS and R mean? Sod it. Bye. Let's go racing. So we're doing the 996 leagues today. Just want to check. Yes. Do this before upgrading. Stock 996. Oh, we'll be racing. Okay. I was worried if I got one of them, I wouldn't ever be able to do the stock 996. But we good. Trying to be smart. Whoa, it's got power. Oh. There we go. First crash out of the way. All plain sailing from here on in. More importantly, Dadson, did you draw some new votes? Because I was kind of hoping I'd get to vote again before I went to watch the F1. On skill alone. Right. Okay. Shit. Next time, can I pick one of the three? Becca still gets two. I just want one once. I will pick one from your... I can't believe you got a Power BI spreadsheet. That's an effort. Amazing. Let's start that again. You could have some fancier graphs then if you like data so much. Game remains as much a delight to handle as ever. What? Yeah, okay. I had a slight bit of rotation on the crest, so I just landed and got absolutely sent into that wall. Oh, well, only about 25 hours to go. Did it again. Forgot about the crest. I applied a tiny bit of rotation and rest in peace. Lucky we've got another clone in the warehouse. Okay, so this bike's fast enough when I'm not binning it. That's my silver lining. I was catching back up. Got the best lap. Just need to stay away from those walls. Which should be a lot easier than it is. Arizona Bay the second. Anyway, no nominate today, Dadson. Dead. And Elytra for that matter. You're welcome. Oh, for the love of God. I want to play Road Rash. It's much better than this game. Boats, boats, boats. Oh my word. Why is it pick such awkward tracks for this bike? Get that front wheel down. See, I just slightly grazed the dirt there. It's like, yeet! Thank you for the nominates. Oh, for the love of God, this... Can't believe how bad this is. It's worse than I remember, and I only played it last time on Thursday. I think that might be a championship restart. "12 points off the lead. And there's 20 points left available. Let's try this one. I'll pretend I'm still warming up. Camera's wonky today, isn't it? Still wonky. I think I made it worse. Now, man, it just knows that. Oh, this is pain. Doesn't even tell you what bikes other competitors are using. Or if there is a better bike, there's no way to know it exists unless I chance upon it in the shop. Again. Only wins now, no bins. See how long that holds out, eh? CPU there really wanted to wipe me out, but a lucky escape was made. No! Absolutely zero forgiveness in this game. I grazed the inside dirt at that apex ever so slightly off. It'll do. It'll do. Ah. It'll do. So my only wins no bins comment was, as ever, bullshit, for there were 0 wins and 1 bins. 2 bins. No, 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 no. Two bins. Oh, that tightens up so deceptively. I'm gonna have to try and make a note of that. Just about. Honestly, buying this bike feels like a mistake now. Genuinely impressed at how quickly I've found myself in a world of pain today. Set hold. There we go. Hi, Navis. Man, I got the best lap. It is coming. The wheelies are involuntary due to the power of the bike, and I'm pressing forward to suppress them. Wheelies always bad. Okay. I think results have been in my favour with that one, though. Since I am only 7 points off the lead. But yeah, I started the stream by buying a 996 Superbike. Right, it's in its stock form, so I'm just running the 996 stock Champo right now. And yeah, I don't want to upgrade it because it's already too much bike. Oh. Hi, lads. Thank you. Oh, fuck's it. Come on. Oh, well, easy come, easy go with that lead. There's one of the NPCs just stuck in a corner there. Now I could... There's a lot more performance in that bike than I can extract because I just can't hit my lines reliably enough. However, I think results might have been in my favour there, fingers crossed. No. Yeah, I think it was the two Lees on top, but... So I can still win this, but I'm relying on results. So if I win, neither of the Lees can win. However, Alan needs to finish 4th or 5th. Look at me, as if I'm going to win a race on this bike. No, Paul! Okay, there's a kink at the exit. Okay, an actual win. But no. Results were not in my favor. God damn it. Anyone watch the F1 today? It was actually a pleasant change to have an interesting race, I thought. Indeed, Nab. Progress. Of a sense, sort. Hey, Power Glider. Yep, but we've been almost halfway for a while, I think. We're on probably the fastest class of bike in the game at the moment, so things could get painful. Yes! Stop the count! Fuck. In there. Rally de Africa. Interesting choice. The nominates, guys. To anyone else watching who hasn't, we are accepting nominations for game 150. But this group of games has taken that long. We've had a lot of nominations, but more is always welcome. It is going to be a dense wheel. We are currently on, prior to the stream starting, we were on 163. And people have been repeat nominating games as well. Of course. But that is allowed. Increase the odds. Well, in fact, if I wasn't allowing repeat nominations and we had that many, it would be pretty much every game remaining nominated by now, wouldn't it? Harsh, just the tiniest little off track there. Eat shit, says the game. So what's... No, I'm not going to ask actually what makes Rally de Africa interesting, because the whole point of the challenge is that I find out and people get to see my discovery in real time. I'm guessing it's shite handling. It's always shite handling when a racing game's shite, isn't it? Isn't it Ducati World? Yes, Paul. That and opponents running you off the road is also quite annoying. Still, I think I came last time I tried that track, so second I'm quite happy with. Absolutely gutted to be back in work tomorrow. We had such a nice week off this week. I had a brilliant time. Okay, tied on top. Really has. Really has. I mean, not even like I've done anything special. It was like the last time I had a full week off, it was right after I'd moved in, so I didn't really stop. This is the first time I've properly had a week where I've just kind of chilled and enjoyed myself, even though I've done some housework and I had to reseal my shower tray. On Tuesday, I've taken 2 carloads of backyard junk away and done some extra streaming as well, as you noticed. Yeah, I've enjoyed it that much. I'd like another week off, you know? But yeah, won the lottery with the weather this week. Gorgeous sunshine throughout. I think it was meant to rain today. I haven't noticed any, but I haven't really been out today. Thanks, game. So that person knocking me off my bike has probably fucked this entire Champo, I think. Get on the bike. Oh, good. Champo rival only came second. It is not the disaster I feared. There is still this overwhelming feeling, though, that I've not done enough with my week off. But you know what? Who cares? Right, 3 points behind, so a win on the last track, which we know I can win. Guarantees progression. Hooray! I wanted to paint my internal doors, and that didn't happen. Wanted to replace my rear gate, that didn't happen. A couple of other things. Yeah, it's not like I just sat on my arse and played games all week. That was just most of the week. So that means it's okay. Even last night while I was watching the IMSA race at Long Beach, I did a bunch more of the panels for my intro screen. You know, the review panels. I did another 12 of those, I think. That's getting a little step closer to being done. Yeah, I did a little bit of like making those short highlight clip things. YouTube and TikTok today. However, I don't really want to make many more of this because while there's a lot of funny crashes, they're all pretty similar, aren't they? I think it's time to start going through the archive for that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Champion. Right, cool. Spready. That is the stock 996 Superbike thingy done. Puts us 49 done out of 100. So now we can move on to... I wanted to do that first because as soon as I put an upgrade on that bike, it's no longer eligible for that cup I've just done. But I'm not going to upgrade it immediately anyway because it's plenty powerful. We can move on to the 996 leagues now. Bonjour, Paddy. How you doing, mate? The 996 League 1. This is three lap races. Been off today. Done any racing? Any Kias? Ah, you're doing the 79s. Cool. I'm looking forward to trying that car at some point when the wheel finally delivers. Thanks, game. Oh gosh. Oh well, at least you get the fun of getting it back. My new Picma Braces off Wheel of Fortune thing bit me on the ass on Saturday when it gave me GTPs at Long Beach. I haven't driven a GTP since the tyre update, so that was a baptism of fire that ended in a wall. Oh, absolute nightmare. Have you tried it yet? The braking, like even when the tyres are warmed up, the braking distances in that car are so long. It's wild. Second. I'll have to do. Haven't you? Gosh. I ran a bunch of, obviously ran a big bunch of IMSA in week 1 for Sebring prep. But yeah, it's not a great schedule this season, is it? And then GT3s, I'm just not a big fan of that car really, that class of car really anyway. Just doesn't seem to suit me at all. I do love throwing a GT3 around Bathurst though. That's always a pleasure. Except when it pisses it down. Oh, how is the GT4 at Nürburgring? I'm thinking of running that for the 24 this year. That class. I don't want to do GT3 because I always tend to end up in GT3 only splits. Oh, Suzuka 2, Navas, yeah, correct. BMW GT4 is overpowered. Well, looks like I need to buy a new GT4 then, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Stick with the Mercedes then. on. You've got a raid. Grim Maple, thank you very much for the raid, mate. I didn't... How rude of me. I didn't even realise that you streamed. Thank you for the follow. So I will have to check you out after my stream, definitely. Right, I'll just tickle that follow now, get it out of the way. But welcome in, friends. My name's Paul. As you probably guessed from my heads-up display, I play PS1 games a lot. I also do... Sorry, I'm just making a mess of everything here. Oh my god. What a great intro. I also do... Oh, fuck me. I also do sim racing on iRacing. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you have a good time. And thanks again, Grim Maple, for the raid. What have you been playing today, mate? How do I get this bloody pop-up to... I know, refresh the window. There we go. Be good. See, I did the follow through my Twitch activity feed and it just left a pop-up over my fucking display and it was a disaster. And hello, Comrade Mike. Came in with a raid. Welcome, mate. I am playing Ducati World and it... spoiler alert, it's a piece of shit. Alright, cheers, Paddy. See you later, mate. Good luck with the Lotus race. Ah, should have won that. Did some mod? What, as in you played some mods, or have you been making mods? Either way, it sounds cool. Never played Need for Speed Carbon. I think the last game I played fully, to be honest, was the first Need for Speed Underground. And by last, I mean most recently released. I have played PS1 Need for Speed games since then. Movement Mod V2, bunch of ways. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, for those who may have not seen Ducati World, this was an attempt at doing Gran Turismo for Ducati bikes. So there's plenty of bikes from loads of different eras. Excuse me a second. There's not enough tracks, really. There's 5 tracks, and then there's 5 tracks in reverse. There's 100 different cups. The big issues are super twitchy handling. Very high cornering speed makes it a very intense and draining thing. And you get hit off the bike very easily. So the twitchy handling on what's largely street circuits means it's very easy to bop a wall. You're very quickly off the bike. If an opponent touches you, you tend to come off the bike. So it's very hard to really push. You know, most of your decisions is like being conservative to make sure you don't actually accidentally bop a wall. You know, or sometimes you just get wiped out like that. So it makes for a very exhausting and frustrating game. And what a shame. And it's doubly a shame because this is from the developer of the Roll Cage games and Firebugs. And those games are great. So but they've dropped a bollock on this one. He's gone. Oh, you. I'll check that in a sec, just in try hard mode. I'm running out of lap. Oh well. No, I'm not. That was someone else's icon. Now I'm running out of lap. Thank you very much for the follow. All the best, Mike. Have a great evening, mate. Well, I think one of the issues... Well, I got wiped out by an opponent, so not a lot I can do about that. The track, it has a couple of weird kind of chicaney bits with elevation changes, so it's very easy to A, get the angle wrong, B, take off slightly. If you take off slightly, you're heading straight to a wall, so it's a bugger. You go again. In fact, no. Before we do that, I don't want any power upgrades. Have some new tires. But I really don't want weight loss. Oh, that's power increase. That one's just power gain. 5% rate horsepower. This is 9% horsepower and a 7 kilo weight loss. Kind of scared. That's just a power gain. 4%, so that's less good than engine kit 2. Brakes, bleh. Don't need brakes. Then body kit is weight loss. Wheel sets is weight loss. Flywheel improves acceleration and engine braking. With a little bit of weight. You know what? I'll buy you. 6 hours. Gosh, you went hard. All right, mate. Enjoy. See you in a bit. I've done some modest upgrading. Does that let me into? (996) Club. It does. Cool. So hopefully this bike should be good enough for all 5 of these. And the 996 Club. What's this? R class. I've got an R bike. We can use it for that as well. Then there's the SPS. So I'm going to need to make a separate purchase for the SPS Battle. There's 2 specific bikes. I did see a 996 SPS for sale. It was similar performance to my R. Acceleration wasn't good. Then we've got the Pro Tour. Just any super bike. Probably this one. But first, League One. Don't know what happened behind me, but it sounded violent. You know what, these new tyres seem like a great upgrade. I was worried it'd just make the turning circle even tighter. No. It just seems kind of nicer. I don't know how. Oh, there we go. Instantly being proven wrong. Okay. Right, this one should be winnable. But I got I distracted myself on the previous go. Oh, what? Oh, I didn't even realise there was going to be a little bump there, and then bang, you're in the wall. If I let go of the accelerator, it should have handled it fine, but you know, you need to anticipate that. Okay, so if you're not on the outside, the bump is less. It's just Ducati things. And that one's me. That one's on me. Another thing, when you're not sure, it makes it hard to push. And you're not sure if the bike's going to just spit you out for near no reason. Oh, we think about another 25 hours to go with this game. Gosh. I'm over an hour in already. Okay. Cool. Champo's still winnable. Easily. The win guarantees it if I finish second. I'll take the Champo if the current Champo leader doesn't win the race. Basically just need to beat whoever that beanbag is, but can't actually tell who it is during the race, so better win, eh? Need to assume this guy's my Champo rival, don't I? Eat shit. This game shouldn't be this much hard work. However, that is a milestone because, wait for it. We've won a league. And it is the 50th league complete. That's technically the halfway point of the game. Hooray. Unfortunately, a lot of the leagues that have beaten are the quicker, shorter, easier leagues, so in reality, no, we're not halfway there yet. Oh well. But milestone in it. And this is another 3-race, 3-lapper. No, it's still doing wheelies. I think it's not wheeling as violently. I wonder if it's the better tyres that has done that. In progress. What time's the IndyCar on tonight? Let me just check. 9:30. Okay. Had it in my head it was 10:30 for some reason. Made an earlier start tonight with that in mind, and generally I struggle to do more than 3 hours of this game in a sitting, so should be about right, that. Awesome. Power. Okay. Normally when I make contact with an opponent bike, I'm the one eating shit, so... There we go. See, like that. Right, 2 off, second place. It'll do. Four-point lead. It's a little annoying because if second place wins and I come second, second place will win the overall by a point. Better win then. Oh, that's a dodgy little jump. Yeah, you know that dodgy little jump that I forgot about after lap 1? It's still there. Dodgy little jump. Where is it? Where is it? I think it's just around here. Around this one. No? There it is. I just lost my chance of winning through cruising through the entire tunnel section there, but who knows? Yeah. Carpen. I don't think the winner was the main rival. If I just wait a second, I'll find out for sure. Leader checked out there. But was it them? It was not. Get in. Another league win. Get that marked off. 51. 49 to go. League 3. 5 laps. 3 races of 5. Stop the count. Why can't more of the races go like this? Where have we got next? It says Borealis. I don't know which one that is. I'll recognize the in-game track. Yeah, in fact, I recognize that chicane. This one's a bastard. Did a flip onto my head. And that was just skittling. Weird. Yeah, all these little elevation changes where the bike just launches. Bums. There we go. Hey, Shadow. How you doing, mate? Enjoy the F1 today? Nice to see something happen for once, wasn't it? Oh my god. Yeah. No one knew what the strat was on tyres, did they? It was great. I think Norris was lucky he had a car good enough for third because he was looking scruffy. But in fact, he might be second now. If George Russell got a penalty while I've been streaming. Ah, 300th off second. No penalty. He probably won't be. But then again, there was so much weird technical issues going on. Like, not just for George Russell, obviously, but all the issues that the broadcast was having. And thank you for the nominations, guys. Cool. Tied on points. Yeah, I need to win. But we're making some progress tonight. You'll be glad to know we are past the halfway point of the game in terms of cups. Oh, I've seen that before. It's not like the moon gets closer, so why does that happen? I just remember like setting off to go drive to a friend's house party once, and I turned down a road and the moon was just straight ahead of me and looking about 3 times as big as it normally does. Like, what the fuck? Looks great. Well, looks like I'll be doing this cup again. Episode defeatist, Paul. Oh, this bike, please stay on the ground. Yeah, not really getting the chance to use my extra power here. Having to rely on my non-existent skill. It's with these fucking bumps, man. Right, I'm relying on race 1 and 2 to clear this cut because this track is a write-off for me. Um, 51 complete. You have to wait. Still trying to work. Oh my god, I hate this game. Gotta wait. Come on, you're used to waiting. You're still waiting for Ford racing. Man. Definitely not endurance tonight because I've only got an hour and 20 minutes left until I'm gonna call it a night. Because it's IndyCar. I'm gonna go watch. Oh man, I didn't even need a good result. I only needed a top 2. Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, we're at 51 out of 100. Superbike. 95 laps of... This is a track that I'm not bad at. It's only like a 25-second lap. Huh. You're gonna be nice to me if I do this now, Shadow. Saying that, if the competitors just leave me in the dust, I will bail immediately. He's gone. He's complained. I've given him what he wants. He's not here. Oh, he is here. Hello. I didn't look. Don't think it was that much. This looks winnable. What if it isn't? I don't think it was. I think it was like 15 maybe. A little bobble there I need to be aware of. Oh, woe is me. This shitty Ducati game doesn't have pit stop strats. If only there was pit stop strats, then it might be a good game. Literally the only thing denying this game greatness. In case you couldn't tell, Marge, I was being sarcastic. Maybe you should stream Tourist Trophy next, Shadow. Find out. Go for 100%. Surely lapping is a case of when, not if. As long as they don't crash into me. There we go. Lapped. I can't even tell who's who on the mini-map. Great, love this game. The 2 bins in 12 laps I've had. Now I'm not... Oh my god, there's a fight. Oh, don't make me try. Lost the lead briefly. Can't believe I'm gonna have to and you gonna have to listen to this little shitty drum bass loop for 45 minutes here. Better drive faster to end it sooner. Drive? Ride. We're in Bike Town now, boy. But, I mean, my point is, Shadow, the very last thing I want in my life is to have to do this 95 lap race twice. I want a box ticking exercise here. Bums. Is that the truth? You have to do Monaco twice, or did you just do it twice because you lost the first time? Wait, Monaco's not an endurance race. No, I suppose in the scales of the Ducati game, yes it is. Are we nearly there yet? How about now? Are we nearly there yet? Dad, I need a wee. Nearly there yet? Bored. Oh, we're fine. When we finally get round to Gran Turismo 1, are you going to be all when enduro on that as well? Is there any other games where you'll be doing this? Does Ford Racing have an enduro category? Now I think it's getting louder. Sometimes thoughts should stay inside, I feel. Shit. Past 25%. Oh, yeah, so we're not having to do endurances back to back. I mean, I kind of did that in GT2, didn't I? All those years ago. Was it a year and a half ago? Yeah, there was resolutely avoiding having to do them back to back where I could. GE1 had a couple. It might be like 60 laps or something. It didn't have as many as 2, but obviously it didn't have as many of anything as 2 did. How would I do the 24-hour ones? Do they do in-game saves? Or do I just need to press the pause button and leave the emulator on? While I go for a sleep or a shift at work? Now, luckily, I'm not doing the PS2 racing challenge, so it's not a question I actually have to answer. Not doing it ever. Pretty sure. I'm as sure as I am about anything. I'm never 100% on anything because who knows what the future holds. I'm pretty sure it doesn't hold however many PS2 racing games there are. I mean, there's a good chance I'll do GT4 on stream. That'll be more likely as part of some retro Columbos. But I just don't want to do PS2 challenge because I'm sick of 3 out of 10 or lower rated games. I'm sick of stuff like this. I'm not sick of racing games. You know what I've been playing in my spare time this weekend, Shadow? I think you might have been there when I said yesterday on the iRacing stream. Do you know what I've been playing in my spare time? Since Friday night. Road Rash. Remember how much I enjoyed that game when I did it as part of the challenge? I've gone back to it for retro achievements. I'm having fun with it, but you know, I've not hit the bastard levels yet. Correct. It's a game that much better suits sessions of under an hour. Not the 8-hour marathon I did to finish it off the first time. Well, not if I might be having a little go on my lunch break, if I'm working at home or something. But no, I've generally found the Ducati game to be that exhausting that I can't play anything after it. Because it had occurred to me, I'm sick of this game after a 3-hour session usually. Maybe drop into a different game for some retro achievements so I can keep streaming. I just can't. When I come to an end of a Ducati stream, I am literally, I'm done. I am knackered. I am done. I know that's not what you suggested. I know you suggested do an hour for Road Rash and then get into Ducati, and no. There's no way I'm going to start playing a better game and then deliberately choose to drop into a worse one. I'm not built like that. No, for some reason Twitch isn't paying me enough to retire from my day job, so oh well. Yeah, with my average 6 viewers and 10 subscribers, I just can't quite make ends meet on that income. So, gotta work. Could. Doesn't mean he will. Yeah, but you're not. Are you? You silly goose. This game really didn't need a 95 lap race. Fuck me. Oh, I think I had lapped second place previously, so... I better reel in those little errors. It just makes the race longer. Ah, oh, fuck me. I need a break. Let's get to the end of lap 48. I'm going to pause it. Not the brake button. Oh, no. Billionaires are monsters. To a man. Every single billionaire. Monster. I mean, when you got that much money, the only motivation to get more money is... It's like going for a high score of money. That and power, I guess. Imagine having a penis that tiny. You got to play the who can earn the most money game. Right, 49 of 90 odd, 95 done. I need a break. I will be 3 minutes and then I will grind through another, however, less than 48 laps of that. 47 laps to go, I think it is. I'll be right back. All righty, another 20 to 25 minutes of this race, I think. Gosh, better be worth good credits, eh? Let's go. Welcome back, Maple. Ah, what a well-behaved person you are. Getting your chores done. Good man. Look at my lap counter. I've made a terrible error. My eyes are fuzzy. This is an unpleasant place to be. Yeah, you know when you drink too much full sugar, like cola or something, and your teeth get kind of that fuzzy feeling when you run your tongue over them. Feels like that, but on my eyeballs. I don't know how big my lead is, but I think it's over a lap. But I am comfortable on pace, at least, for this one. There was a brief scare about 15 laps in, where I briefly lost the lead, but it's been fine since then. Music never changes. Don't forget, everyone, nominations open for Game 150 if you want to get involved. I think that guy is second place with the black stripe on his suit. And he's gone. Fuck. Bad time to look at chat. Wasn't even anything there. I've got a glance during the race, so it's not like I can just wait for the end. That'd make me an even more boring streamer than normal. How does this man keep getting back up? Oh my god. Yeah, there's a chance this will be the bike I use to beat general any bike competitions. Probably one of the best to buy. The 350 lap race Enduro Cup. Probably be good with this one as well. Hours of carbon might do that to you. Yeah, that's a big effort. 6 hours of streaming anything is, you know, it's hard work. Pretty tiring. Nearly 3/4 there. Yeet. You'd expect 100 hours. What? I mean, 100 hours is the exception, not the norm, surely. But when I was young, I did absolutely value duration of a game. You know, the first time I played a Final Fantasy game, the size of that was a revelation to me. And like when shooters were getting released with like 6-hour campaigns, I was looking at them and thinking, that's bad value. Why are people buying these? Yeah, accessibility is a point, yes. I mean, that was it for me. That's why I valued the long games so much, because I was delivering newspapers 6 mornings a week. And it would take me a month of delivering newspapers to buy a game. And yes, I'd get a game at Christmas and my birthday, just like yourself. Whereas these days, obviously, I'm spoiled for choice for various reasons. And I don't have as much time or energy for them as well. And you realize that just valuing the playtime isn't actually so smart, because is it really a worthy use of 100 hours? Like when you're in a dungeon just grinding the same monsters over and over, you got to think about the quality of the hours that you're spending your time on. You know, an hour, like I say, an hour grinding monsters that you've already seen, low value. An hour exploring a new dungeon, I'd say that's better, like a better quality hour, better value. So yeah. I mean, I really rate, at my age, my money and this, that, and the other, I really rate a 5 to 10 hour game that's like brilliant from start to finish. You know, that's my sweet spot. Or even a one shot, a 3-hour game that just blows you away, and then you put it away and it's done. You've had an amazing time and it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's just a really condensed, tight experience. I love that. You would value a game that can be replayed in depth. Yeah, I again, when I was younger and didn't have the access to games like yourself, yes, I was all over that. And these days, circumstances change, so do my tastes. Like I played toward the end of last year an indie game called Thank Goodness You're Here. It took me like 2 or 3, like single sitting, 2 or 3 hours to beat it. And it was the right length for that game. It was great. And after 3 hours, it's like, that's as much as I wanted from this game. Whereas this, yeah, it could be a 100-hour game. But these aren't quality hours for me. Also consider the price. 3 hour, $10. Well, yeah. I think that is roughly what I paid for... Thank goodness you're here. Did you have this as a kid, Shadow? Is this why you've been wanting me to do the Enduro? Nah, you just like to see me suffer. This was only released in 2001. So to be fair, it probably never got much attention. Good or bad. Because by then, eyes were very much shifted over to the PS2, weren't they? My God, why have I fallen off from that one? Still in first. We're all good. We're all good. Never played Dune 2. Or Dune. Or not even sure what they are. What type of game's that? The first ever RTS. Wow. I mean, any RTS on a Mega Drive controller, that's gonna be clunky, isn't it? I'll have to catch up on comments in a second. Hold on. Bonk. Let's catch up. Predates Warcraft. Yeah, I don't think Shadow Blizzard have quite the rabid fan base they once did. They've burnt a lot of that goodwill these days. Yeah, that's a good question from Shadow. So when you said June 2 is the first RTS, then yeah, what was the predecessor? Why did it? Saying that Dune, is that based off a movie franchise? Oh, I don't know. The book, okay. Yeah, I'm just completely off my radar, unfortunately, the Dune franchise. Didn't even... I'd let go of the accelerator there to have a nice little landing, and the game just went, nope! No, I often find On the question of things that aged well or didn't age well, often things that were kind of impressive at the time because they were doing something new and shiny are the games that age the worst. I'm thinking like early 3D games. You looked at these games at the time and you're like, wow. You know, look at all this, and you go back and play them and they're so clunky. Whereas the games that age are the best are the ones that are beautiful by design, not because they're super pushing the envelope or anything. I always point to the Mega Drive Sonic games as games that have aged really well, because I still find them really playable. And they looked great, you know, the artistic direction on it, absolutely superb. They didn't super push the envelope of the Mega Drive. I feel, you know, they played really nicely because it was beautiful by design rather than just being shiny, new, impressive. You know, shine fades, I guess is what I'm saying. You know, racing games, I feel in particular, are just a genre that don't age the best because they are very reliant on technology, either for the graphics or to enhance the handling, this, that, and the other. You know, it is a genre that can very much make use of extra power, better design, this, that, and the other. You know. You know, it's very rare I play a game in this challenge, and when I'm reviewing it, I don't have to qualify it with a good for the time or something like that. You know, my two favourite games in the challenge has been Crash Team Racing, which is just outright still brilliant, no qualifier, and Ridge Racer Type 4. And yeah, they're just two fantastic games that are very playable now. Whereas original Ridge Racer, it's cool, it's got a shitload of nostalgia, but it's bloody clunky. But me, my eyes have gone too fuzzy. Nearly there, Paul. Come on, concentrate. Get over the line, then read the comments. Have a big swig of your drink. Final lap. Well, 45 minutes, almost exactly. Looks like I had a pretty healthy lead at least. Well, that was unpleasant, but I am glad to have it out of the way. When they wanted to make a Dune game, they contracted 2 separate companies to do it. That's just weird. It's especially weird that they would make one the sequel of the other. Well, I suppose you have to if it's Dune series, but yeah, it's weird. Crisis aged all right, was shit back then, shit right now. I've never played Crisis, can't comment. I do think I've got it. Or is it Crisis 2? I think I picked it up on one of those Humble bundles at one point, but I never played it. Grand Theft Auto 3 was poorly aged when it came out. No, I thought that was superb. Although I did buy Grand Theft Auto 3 when I bought my PS2. That was the package. Console, Grand Theft Auto 3, Pro Evolution Soccer. I loved GTA 3. I still stand that Vice City is the best Grand Theft Auto. Well, yeah, Shadow, but the thing with Grand Theft Auto, it's always been a kind of a... It has lots of stuff and none of it is the best. You know? Like kind of jack of all trades, master of none is the phrase. Anyway, that was the 250k mountain. Done. 52 down, 48 to go. Right, sorry, get my thoughts together. Yours was San Andreas. I found San Andreas was when it started to become too bloated for me. Because Vice City I could beat several times. But I remember I was about 2/3 the way through San Andreas. And I think it was like some mission in an aircraft and you had to bail out and parachute down, and you started getting tutorials for parachuting. And at that point I got kind of annoyed because I'd had enough of tutorials. I was already deep enough in the game. I didn't want any more, you know? Oh, it was 50,000, Shadow. We got some good moolah there. Of course, when I played San Andreas, that was when I was starting to get addicted to Final Fantasy 11, so... yeah. I kind of needed to get back to the grind. Right, let's try it again. SBK 996 League 3. This is what we were working on before Shadow successfully goaded me into doing a 95 lap race. Man. I was a bit late to the party on Grand Theft Auto 4. I eventually played it. That was weird in that there wasn't kind of nothing in that game to do with your money. So I just ended up taking taxis everywhere. I had this money, so it's like, fuck it, fast travel. I barely did any driving in that game. But wasn't part of a mission. Literally just beeline to the missions and called it done. Grand Theft Auto 5 made a bit more of an attempt at side content. But again, once I'd beaten it once, never went back to it. I once a year on my Facebook memories, the status comes up where I get really annoyed because that game taught me to bowl before it taught me how to use the gun. You know, I don't mind a bit of side stuff games, but come on, priorities. Let me use the gun before you teach me how to bowl. Open world is actually bad for racing games once you give the player an escape route off it. They don't even go to that yeah? So you're talking like, yeah. I've never really played a proper open world racing game. Open world racing game. I did a few hours of Forza Horizon, but I quickly got a little waft of that. I think my problem with Forza Horizon 5 was that it was hard to discern between what's the game content and what's the like user-made content, and that got annoying. It also got annoying that basically the map was a bit overfilled because when I played it, there'd been a lot of extra stuff added. Burnout Paradise, I've got like 35 minutes on that on Steam. I didn't like it. The other ones would be the modern test drive games. Like Solar Crown's getting a kicking at the moment, but there was the one before that. Test Drive Unlimited, that series. I mean, because if you're just driving to the next race, then all you've done with your open world is give the player chores to do. If your open world is there to give shortcuts in a race, then all you've done is make your race's mini-map wrong because the track is the shortest route or the fastest route. Any other route is the wrong route, no matter what your mini-map says. Thanks, game. Yeah, Road Rash 3D just lets you take a wrong path and ruin your race. I remember going about 30 seconds down a wrong road in that, and then it's like, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna have to bail out here, aren't I? Yeah, I've never played Test Drive Unlimited. Is that still available to play then? I thought that got... Or is it only available through, like, user servers or something? Has it got an online-y thing? Or private servers, that's the phrase. Or was that TDU2? There we go, guys. Reading and racing isn't working for me with this game. No! Over the... Oh, that's not... Oh, okay. That was still third. It spawned me on the line and put me straight into the finish screen. Midnight... I've not played a Midnight Club. I kind of fell off racing games for a while. Okay. I mean, a similar story with the recent EA Sports World Rally Championship game. Kept getting blue screens of death, so I uninstalled it. Alright, top... No, second in the Champo, but a winning race. Oh, fuck, I hate this track. So the online services have been shut down, haven't they? That was the point I was trying to make earlier. But as you notice, sometimes I don't multitask very well. In this case, racing and talking. This track's an absolute bastard, so I'm just gonna have to go try hard again. Thanks, game. Stop wheeling when I can't see that you're wheeling. That was not the corner I thought it was. How am I not last? Bastard jump here and here. Rob third. It's probably not enough for a Champo. Definitely not enough, but you know, who doesn't love robbing someone on the line? Ah, yeah. 1,000 miles. That's madness. Yeah. Second place. Not good enough. Time we on 20. Right, I'm going to give that league one more go. And then that's going to be the end of the stream, I'm afraid. Because I'm going to go and watch IndyCar. Chill out. And mourn the end of my week off work. So if you haven't pressed the follow button yet, please consider doing that. And also I have a couple of YouTube channels, PS1 Racing Challenge channel and the Paul T_XB. I was just uploading more stuff to that today. Just clips and stuff, you know. Little stuff. So if you're on there, always consider checking that out, I guess. I think that's enough shilling. Almond and cherry cola. That actually sounds really good. It does. Do not know. There was a little divot there, I guess. Love this game. We're getting a really nice rhythm and then bump. Hello, wall. Well, I need that win. Let's start again. I did not give this game consent. Consent is important. I've never really been super knowledgeable on bikes, so I can't comment, I'm afraid. Doesn't matter if I'm a little late to the IndyCar, I can just catch up during the cautions. Okay. I just need to Google something. What is two-stroke? Okay. Unlike four-stroke engines, which require two crankshaft revolutions for the cycle. Oh. Right. Okay, so it's to do with engine rotation. Because people have been talking about two-stroke and four-stroke for years. I've always been, what? But now I know. Well, it's an awkward thing in any motorsport, how you deal with people's different machinery. You know. Because F1, Formula 1 is ostensibly supposed to be a car building competition. We don't have a lot of freedom in how you can do your car building, because when somebody does it too well, it makes for a shit race. And that applies to any form of open motorsport. You know, it's why sports car racing spends forever using balance of power, so people can bring their different types of machine and yet still have a competitive race. But even then, what's the point of developing if balance of power is just gonna even everything out anyway? Oh, I think I've, seen about that skyline that just dominated everything. No, I do find interesting what sports car racing did for the new hypercar class. It's not that new anymore, I guess. It's been a few years now. But rather than doing what F1 do and giving them a huge book of very specific rules, and then they try and find the hole in the rules, I believe what they did was they said your car is allowed to make this much power, your car is allowed to have this much downforce. How you reach that limit is up to you. But you can't exceed it, which is, yeah, a different way of looking at it. It kind of, you know, it allows manufacturers to have either their own engine type or their own approach to aero without one exceeding the so-called limit. So I suppose the goal then becomes how efficiently you hit that limit, you know? But even then, they've got the balance of power as well, so. Yeah, 52 out of 52 races is just insanity. Anyway, I have technically won this championship already with one race to go, so that is a great way to wrap up the stream, innit? Triangle engine. Oh, you mean the rotary? I'm glad I don't need a result out of this race because I hate this track on this bike. Of course not. Of course, aside from Italy and Germany, well, I suppose technically France still. I mean, there's certainly no engines getting made in the UK anymore. Like Formula One engines, maybe. The very definition of taking your ball and going home. That might get lost on you. That reference is a primary school phenomenon over here, where you're out playing football with your friends in the park, but the owner of the football gets pissed off. So he literally just stops the game by picking up his ball and going home. And that's the European sports equivalent that you're referring to. I can't wait to not play this game anymore. Fuck off, game. Yeah. Luckily, as I said at the start of the race, I know this track's an absolute bastard. So I was absolutely delighted to arrive in it, only needing the last place point to guarantee my progression. In fact, no. My progression's already guaranteed because I had more than a win's worth of points lead. So yeah, I'm bopping the walls a bit more because I'm concentrating and caring less right now. That little jump just pointing at a wall is such a bastard. H16. What's a H? It's a H16. It's the last lap, we're nearly done. Eat piss, League 3. Jesus. Bring the spreadsheet. Last chance for nominations if anyone wants to shove a final one in. So we have beaten 5 cups tonight. The first 3 of the numbered 996 leagues out of 5. We also beat the stock 996. And I got goaded into a 95 lap race. But it's done. What would you like to suggest? Anyway, to finish my monologue, with that bike I can at least do, obviously 4 and 5 might need some upgrades to the Club 996, and some, that one and that one as well. Plenty I can do. A long way to go though. Well, I'm alternating with iRacing, and I am very aware that this game is killing my channel. Don't you worry. I don't want to alternate challenge games really, because I'll just never come back to this. Unfortunately, sometimes the best way through a wall is to headbutt your way through it. But I have been dabbling with the idea of doing some retro achievements to kind of mix things up a bit as well. But yeah, you know, it's... On the one hand, yes, I'd love to do more other stuff. On the other hand, the harder I hit this, the quicker it gets finished. So, you know, is what it is. And I'm doing my best. But I'm going to wrap it up there tonight, guys. Thanks loads, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you very much, Grim Maple, for the raid earlier. I couldn't give you my proper shout out, but my bot seems to be dead tonight. Yeah, I'm going to go and watch some IndyCar. I will be back probably midweek with a bit more iRacing, getting the sim a bit more. I'm having a good time with race roulette at the moment. I have decided to pick my races with a spinny wheel because I really suffer from choice paralysis. It's nice to have something to do the choosing for me. The next Ducati stream will be Thursday. Ducati is Thursday and Sunday generally. While I said the best way to get through this is to grind my way through, I can't bring myself to play it more than twice a week, so it's what it is. Yeah, super. All right, thanks loads, guys. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great week.